Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and I'm back today with a tutorial. Now I want to show you what it is. So it's basically a sort of little box, and that's just a flower I've put on the front, and it opens up, and then inside we have this lovely sort of little bouquet of flowers which then stands up. So it's really simple to make. The only dies I used was to cut the window out of the lid of the box. These were just some I had in my stash anyway. But yeah, I made a little stand for the back, and I think it would make a lovely little special sort of card for somebody. Of course you can use any flowers you have, and it could be anything. That's just card, and like I say, the only die was the window that I used. So very simple to do, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make. Alright, so we're going to make our little sort of bouquet of flowers. I've just found this lovely card that I've had in my stash. I think it's from Kanban from years ago. It needs to measure 5 3/4 by 7 inches, and you want to work on the reverse of it. So you're going to mark the middle of the card, top and bottom, which is 2 7/8, 2 7/8. So pencil mark right top and bottom. Excuse me. Then come down the side. You're going to mark with a pencil at 1.5 inches and 4 1/4 inches. Do that on both sides. So 1.5, 4 1/4. Now this 1.5 pencil mark here, you're going to measure in 1.5 inches. Mark it with a pencil. Do the same, measure in 1.5 inches, mark with a pencil. So you should now have that 2 pencil marks there. You've got your top and bottom, and then you've got your next one at 4 1/4 down. So basically all you're going to do is draw these to meet. So you can ignore this little first one now. So from the middle, go to the one that we measured in at 1.5. Then from here, meet it up to here. Okay, then from there just to the bottom, and repeat it on the other side. And then we're basically just going to cut round them, and that's basically what you should have now. So from the top to the pencil line there, again just ignore that one now, we don't need it. Then from here to the bottom, then from there to here. So you should have that. Now from this one to the bottom one, draw a line. It will be for us to score with it. From that one to that one, again it's just going to be a score line, but we're just marking it with a pencil for now. So that's what you should have. So you could pause the video or take a screenshot of that, and then we're basically just going to cut it out. So you want to score those 2 lines there. should be able to fold these. Mine's quite thick actually, this card. Actually, I'm going to have to trim a tiny bit more off mine. It's not closing properly. It's okay, just trim a bit more off if it's not quite right. At least we've got the right shape of it. Excuse me. There we go. So that's our little flower thing. Now what I'll do as well is just trim the little point off the bottom, and then I'm going to rub out any of these pencil lines that we've got. That is our little sort of bouquet for our flowers. Didn't cut that very straight, did I? Okay, it's better. So that's what you should have. Now it's entirely up to you what flowers you put in. What I've done is I've got these, which are like sort of the paper, and then you cut them out with the die. But I've cut them twice, one from plain card, and stuck them together so they're they're a little bit thicker than just wobbly sort of paper. And I've just been snipping them up because this is what I'm gonna have. So as long as they sort of fit in, because we're going to glue them in, and then just like I say, have whatever flowers you've got. It might be some little stamps and dies, or just some little flower dies. It doesn't really matter, it could be anything. And I'm just going to sort of glue mine in, arrange them, put some more leaf in, that type of thing. And if any do get in the way, you can just snip them. So you can just arrange them how you want them. And that's going to be my little bouquet now. I'm just going to get on and glue these in, and I'll be back. Alright, so there we go. I've just glued mine in and basically that's it. Now what I thought as well might be quite nice is I've took some little scraps of vellum here, and I'm just going to kind of glue them so there's a little bit peeping out, so it just looks like, a sort of like how they have like cellophane inside of them. So you could literally just pop them on and then just kind of pencil line where you need to cut off. They don't have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to trim them. Just so that when it closes, I'll snip the little edges off there because they're going to end up catching. So there's that one. And you can just glue them in. Just to stop it from catching. And then glue this little one in there, so just looks quite pretty, I think. So I will glue these in. There we go. And then we also want to glue this closed because this is not going to open. going to glue this shut. So that's something roughly what you should have. We're going to make a stand for the back now. Alright, so for the little stand, I've used the same card as the this one. So you want a piece of it which is 4 inches by just over an inch, and you want to score the long side at 1 inch. And then I've got another little piece which is 2 inches by 1 inches, score at 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 1.5 inches, and then you want to fold this a mountain, a valley, and then a mountain, so you've got that. So what I thought was I'm going to have the pattern this way, so this is going to get stuck just on the back like that. But this piece is going to go on here, and then the other piece will go on there, so it can go flat still. So I think what I'll do is I'll get this to just sort of get it level with the bottom and glue that on there. So I want some glue on here, and then I'm going to get this just about there. Okay, so that looks like that. And then I want a bit of glue on here. And just want to check, so yeah, where I want it. So I'll glue this to here. And you can close that down like that. Glue on here and bring that down, let that stick. And that will go flat still, but then it will also stand up, so the person can take it out and stand it up, which I think is quite sweet. So we're just going to do our box now. Alright, so for the box I've got 2 pieces of card. They are exactly the same size. They are 10.5 inches by 5 3/4. Now this piece would be the bottom of the box. You're just going to score all 4 sides at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then the top, so this one needs to be a little bit bigger. So before we score it, if we just slightly move it off the edge of the scoreboard and again score at 3/4. So just slightly move it off. And that should allow for it to fit over the bottom. So what I want to do as well is I want to have obviously a window on the top of the box. So I'm not sure, I might use these actually. Yeah, I'm going to cut this out of mine Of course, use whatever you've got. I'm going to use these Slimline and DL ones. So I'll position this in the middle, and then I can cut this straight out, and I might also put some acetate behind this. So I'll quickly cut this out and I'll be back. Right, so I've cut that out, and we're just going to snip away, snip up here, and just make some little tabs for our little lid. We'll do the same with the other piece for the bottom as well. Okay, the exact same for this bit. That's the box cut there. And then what I might do is I've got a little 3/4 inch circle punch. I might just punch some little finger holes just on the top of the box. Just like that to help open it a little bit. And then I've got the acetate, which I cut to, I think I cut it to 4 inches by 8.5, and that should easily just sit in there. So I'm going to put glue. So there's my acetate box. So now we just want to put glue on all of our little tabs. Okay, and get this glued together. Now, so our little bouquet here fits lovely in there. Now, you don't really want it to be moving around, so I think what I'll do is I've got some removable adhesive. I might just put a little bit down, and then I can just secure it to there, because I've got to put some ribbon and things on yet, and a little tag and stuff. But with a bit of luck, the lid should fit. There we go. It's a little bit tight, but obviously you just need to make sure that you're leaving enough gap when you score it in your scoreboard. So I'm just gonna cut myself a little ribbon and a tag, and I'll be back. Alright, so I just popped a little bow on, a little tag I just stamped thank you on. And there we go, we have our sweet little standing bouquet of flowers. I had some of this paper left, so I just put it in the inside, and that'll sit in there. And then what I did with the lid was I put another one of those flowers on, and I just think this makes beautiful, you know, sort of flower gift or whatever you want to call it for somebody. And as I said, I think what I'll do is I will stick it down with some repositionable or temporary adhesive, just to stop it from moving around. I mean, it doesn't move around too much because it's a pretty good fit in the box. But yes, I love that. So, hope you've enjoyed it. I will be back again soon with another video, so take care. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.